What's up, everybody? I'm just about to open my water fast. I ended up going 10 days. I feel good. I could keep going, but I have a trip coming up on Sunday, and I figured today is Friday, so I figured I'll open it today. Give my digestive system a couple days to settle down. On the road, it's gonna be a trip with a lot of hiking and stuff. I don't think water fasting would be advisable for that. But I just wanted to record, just kind of recount my experience, what I've taken away from it. It's been super positive. Like I don't think I have anything negative at all. I've lost a lot of muscle. I've lost, I lost about. I just weighed in. I just did a body fat test today, and I've lost 10 pounds. 10 pounds of muscle, but I've also lost in 10 days, according to this test. And I don't know how accurate it is. It's the one you stand on the scale at the gym. But I lost, I think, like 2.6, 2.7% body fat in that time. So even though I lost 10 pounds of muscle, I went from 150 pounds of muscle to 140, but I forget the numbers exactly, but I definitely lost bigger percent of body fat than muscle. So 1/15, I lost 10 out of 150 pounds. What is that? Like, fuck, my brain's not working right now. I'm not gonna figure that out. It's smaller than whatever 2.8% or whatever body fat I lost. So I didn't do it for that, and I actually watched some videos. There's this guy. His page is he's a vegan bodybuilder, and he just has a beautiful page. It's called Guilt-Free Living or something along those lines. I forget. I'm sorry, but it's something along those lines. And he did a water fast. I think he just did a 3-day, but he said that afterwards the muscle came back and the fat didn't. So he did it during his cutting phase, I believe, and he had really good results. So I had that in mind as well. So now it's gonna be tough to train on this road trip, but I'm gonna take like at least my dumbbells and just do body weight stuff every morning when I wake up on the road in the campgrounds or wherever we are. And I'll be hiking a lot, so I might end up running a deficit, but I'll figure it out. But I would like to. I'm gonna be very cognizant of it. But so what did I take away from this? The number one thing I got from it was just clarity of mind, all my anxiety, all the stress that I generally carry around. And I don't know if my stress is high, but it is sometimes. And especially I've dealt with anxiety most of my adult life. Like I started feeling it in my early 20s. I'm 34 now. I started feeling it when I was like 23, something around then. And I had shitty anxiety for a long time, and it's actually diminished a lot in the last few years. And I think going out into nature, being vegan, those have contributed to it. But in my opinion, the biggest thing that contributed to my anxiety levels going down is just me being in alignment with myself. To me, if my thoughts, my words, and my actions are one, then I won't have anxiety. To me, and then another part, because I have social anxiety and like anxiety when I'm in a group, to me that just comes from doubting myself, doubting what I believe, what my truth is, and giving a fuck what other people think. And that's something I've been working on too. So all those contributed to my anxiety going down. But sorry to go off on a tangent, but during this time, and my mental clarity has been fucking amazeballs, like insane. Like I've just been tuned in. When I meet people, I look into their eyes, I'm present, I'm feeling what they're saying. There's nothing running in my head. I'm focusing on what they're expressing, and I'm really feeling them and feeling what they're saying. I'm just so present. My meditation has been better. My concentration, my articulation, my ability to form thoughts, my thoughts into words, that's been the number one thing. And yeah, I just have felt fucking amazing. I felt fucking amazing through this time. The weight loss, the health thing, that's why I did it. I knew I was gonna tap into some spiritual clarity, like I have some, mental clarity as well as spiritual clarity, which both have happened because I did a juice fast for 2 months about 3 years ago. And so it happened then. So I knew I was going to experience some of that, but I did it because I read about autophagy, and all of its health benefits, the body's self-healing mode that it goes into when you run a caloric deficit for a while. So that's why I did it. And yeah, the weight loss, lost muscle too, whatever, but it does feel good. The weight loss, I've lost, what did I weigh in today? So I started at 193.8. In 10 days, today I'm 176.4. So I was like, 18 pounds or something? Something along those lines. Close, yeah, something like that, 17.4. So that's a benefit. I know at least half, if not more, that's going to come back, but that's cool. I do it for the weight loss. I don't expect all of that to stay off because, number one, once I start eating, I'm going to be carrying weight in my intestines. So that's going to be a few pounds right there. And then I want to put on weight. I want to put on muscle weight, right? I don't want to put on fat. And this is going to serve as a reset. My juice fast kind of reset my mind, especially around food. And so right now I'm gonna meditate. I'm gonna meditate before I dig in, but this is my plate of fruit that I'm gonna be munching on. So to open the fast, so the people I've followed to learn about how to do this properly, number one is Dr. Alan Goldhamer. He runs True North Wellness Center, I believe it's called. But he's a doctor of chiropractic, but he's runs a center where they've been fucking changing lives. Look up True North Health Center, I think it's called, and Dr. Alan Goldhamer, and they've been reversing diabetes, reversing all kinds of diseases. They reversed a stage 3 or stage 4 lymphoma, and that was actually published in a British medical journal recently. So this shit's for real. This process, there's the process of autophagy, AUTOPHAGY. It's fucking amazing. Like when you go into this calorie deficit, your body, you're at a cellular level, starts eating itself. And what that looks like at the cellular level is that your healthy cells eat damaged cells. So it's a rejuvenation process. And people have reported their gray hairs turning back to black again, and getting rid of aches and pains, and like I mentioned, straight up like serious diseases, they reverse them. So that's why I got into it. So Dr. Alan Goldhamer, and then there's this guy, I think his name is Tyler Tolman, Toman. Hopefully I'm remembering correctly. And I'll look it up and I'll put it in the notes too. But he's on YouTube. He practices out of, I think, Thailand or somewhere in South America. I think it's in Thailand though. But he does this work too, and he has great wisdom. He's a young guy, but his dad did it too. He devoted his life to doing this as well, healing people through fasting and just wellness and connecting with our true nature, connecting with our strength. Like, we are fucking amazingly powerful beings. We have the ability to do whatever the fuck we want, but we grow up in systems, and that puts limitations around our minds. It put limitation around what we could do physically, what we could achieve mentally, what we could achieve in life, and it takes doing shit. It takes doing radical shit sometimes to kind of break out of those grooves. A great analogy that I just heard was from Michael Pollan, and he just did research on psychedelics. He's 60 years old, and he decided to write a book on psychedelics, and he went and he tripped himself, and he looked into all the benefits people are getting from them. And he had a great beautiful analogy. He was saying that, on a mountain, as skiers start going down a mountain, they create these grooves. And after a while, if you're trying to go down that mountain, you kind of have to follow those grooves. It's not so easy to, find fresh snow if it's a hill that people have been going down on for a while. And he compared that to the mind. That's how our minds are. That if, through life, through experiences, through society, through all the bullshit that we take in, we form these grooves, right? And the grooves are these ways of thinking. And he describes psychedelics as a way of turning those grooves into fresh powder, so you could go ahead and carve new grooves again. I thought that was fucking rad analogy. And to me, this experience, fasting, kind of has mimicked a semi-psychedelic experience. I would actually compare more other substances I've done that give me just really good presence. I would compare this to those substances as opposed to certain psychedelics. But then again, I've only done mushrooms as like the one that's changed the course of my life, a really large psilocybin experience, psilocybin dose. But yeah, man, so like, it's just been, the video is kind of long. If you're still watching, yeah, it's fucking cool, One thing I wouldn't do, I posted a video of me going hiking. I went hiking, I went partying, and like party hard the night before. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that if I could go back and do it again. And the reason is because this is a period, now it's like click for me, this is a period to let your body use all its energy to heal itself, to go in and do what it does, and it performs magic. But when you go out and you expend the energy externally, then that's energy that isn't healing you. So in hindsight, I wouldn't do that. But in the moment, dude, I just felt amazing. I had fucking good energy. I was just fucking having a great time, But But yeah, thank you for watching. So I'm gonna see it. By the way, oh man, I haven't smelled fruit this way before. I've just been losing myself, just putting my face in the fruits and just taking it in. It's been so so many experiences. I'm just experiencing them at a deeper level, and that's what abstinence practices do. You know, if you abstain from taking in media, when you take it in, you're more sensitive to what the fuck you're taking in. You know, so if you have a media fasting, do that. You know, turn this shit off. But yeah, you go back after abstaining from something, and you experience it at a much deeper level because you're no longer desensitized to it. But I'm rambling now. I'm gonna meditate for a little bit and then open my eyes, thank the universe, God, Allah, Jesus, feel the potentiality, the Great Spirit, whatever you want to call it. I'm just gonna thank everything, you know, thank you, thank myself, you know, to be in this life, to be having this experience. Like, you're alive, you know, you're alive, and you get to have this experience. And even if you're going through shit, even if it's a tough time, it's all right. That's where you're supposed to be. At one point you will look back and be like, okay, you know, I get it. You know, I couldn't do this successfully that I'm doing right now if that hadn't happened. And we don't know what's good or bad, you know. We think we know, but we don't know in the moment what's good or bad. We want to label shit good or bad. But an example, there were people that missed their flights on 9/11, on some of the flights, on the flights that crashed. So I bet in the moment they're stressed the fuck out. They're like, God damn it, man! Like, what the fuck? Like, it's the worst day of my life. And then they realize, oh shit, you know, that was the best thing that has ever happened to me. And look at shit as a gift. I read that in a book. I forget the fucking author. Maybe Robert Glover. I don't know. But somebody quoted that guy in a book, and he said, look at everything and ask yourself, what if it was a gift? What if it was a gift? Your loved one died. It's really difficult, but ask, what if this was a gift? What if this is supposed to teach me something? And then move on. But hey, 18 and a half minutes. I'm sorry for going long. No, I'm not sorry. You know, watch it if you want. Don't watch it, whatever. But if you did watch it, thank you so much for, you know, taking in my energy. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. And peace, love, know thyself. Until next time.